The end of verse 7 says, and imitate their faith. So the people that we have seen carry their faith all the way to the end, we're supposed to stay with them, remember them, and then imitate not what they did and not what they said. We are to imitate their faith. I think we're good imitators, but most of the time we're probably imitating the wrong things. I'm going to get myself in trouble. I already know it, but I'm going to do it anyway. In the year 2000, the book, The Prayer of Jabez, was published. And suddenly everyone was praying this obscure prayer found in 1 Chronicles chapter 4. Most of us praying it had no idea the day before we read the book that there was a man named Jabez even in the Bible. But as soon as we read the book, all of a sudden every one of us was on our knees saying, oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Right? You went to the Christian bookstore. You could get a sign for your wall. You could get a calendar with the prayer of Jabez, a daily journal with it. Here's this prayer. Let's all pray it together. We're good imitators, right? This isn't judgment. I was part of it. I was in the Assemblies of God when the Brownsville revival started. Suddenly, every AG pastor was on their way to Pensacola, Florida, attending revival services, and then coming back to their churches praying, fire, at every altar call. It was a one-word prayer, a one-word rallying cry, a one-word imitation to try to get what we saw somewhere else. See, we say things we hear other people say. We sing songs we hear other people are singing. We implement programs that we hear are working at other churches. But the author doesn't say to imitate what others are doing. He says imitate their faith. How do we do that? What does that look like? See, I think we want direction, but the scripture is telling us that we need examples. More than advice, we need someone to model faith for us. We need mentors who live in front of us, not just who instruct us. The questions are not so much what we should or shouldn't do in a given situation. It's how do I keep my heart from being troubled? How do I overcome evil with good in my own life? How do I hold firm to my confession until the end? How can I be content with what I have? These aren't things that can be answered with words and formulas. You watch those things, right? You see them in people's lives. You grow in those things because you watch people go through difficulty. Yet they do it with faith, and you say, that's what that looks like. That's what I want. That's what I need. That's what I'm called to. I can only learn these things by being close enough to watch those who have done them and to be watching those who are doing them right now. Imitating the faith of the saints who have finished their course is part of what God calls acceptable worship.